For a class I took in the fall of 2020, during the worldwide pandemic and before any vaccine was available, I made a PSA explaining the importance of maintaining 6 feet of social distance and wearing your mask. The main point of the PSA was telling people to stay home for the holidays, especially if they are used to having large family gatherings for Thanksgiving. It wasn't worth the risk just to see your entire family in person. It's not worth the risk to put anyone you care about in possible danger. And now that the COVID vaccine is becoming more and more available each day, it's not worth the risk to continue to go through life unvaccinated. I understand it's up to each individual person whether or not they get vaccinated, and certain people have legitimate medical reasons, such as an allergy to a vaccine component, that makes them unable to get it. However, people with a medical reason, or infants for example, rely on those of us that can get vaccinated to be vaccinated as soon as we possibly can. Some people's concern is that the vaccine came out too fast, and they don't trust it. SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, isn't the only coronavirus. There are hundreds, and scientists have been studying them for over 50 years. The pandemic is unlike anything anyone has ever seen, so it created urgency for a vaccine, with many scientists and researchers working together to do it. In the US, Operation Warp Speed partnered with multiple institutions, including the National Institutes of Health and the CDC, to develop, manufacture, and distribute 300 million vaccine doses. Others' argument for not getting the vaccine is that they simply believe their immune system is fine, or they've already had COVID and are fine now, so they're banking on their immune system to keep them going. With even a partial shred of empathy, one can see that even if you feel safe and your immune system is good enough for you, the vaccine is still better at protecting other people. This pandemic has taken its toll on a lot of people, and so many of us are ready to experience life without masks and spending time with others again. And while that reality may be visible and on the horizon, we're not there just yet. That reality requires those of us that can get vaccinated to do so. But anti-vaxxers, or those who just don't want this vaccine, while they have a right not to get it, they're also the first to complain when they aren't allowed to go somewhere without proof of vaccination or even wear a mask still. Any private business has a right to deny you service if you don't follow the rules they have. But now that the mask mandate has become a mask advisory, we are relying solely on the honor system for people who aren't vaccinated to continue to wear masks. When our class got to talk with life coach Sarah Azam about emotional intelligence and empathy, it made me realize how little of that people have now. Sarah talked about the importance of taking a pause when reacting to something, and when you are able to do that, you're controlling your emotions, and rather than lashing out, you are on a path to making the best decision for yourself and those around you. However, some people simply lack this ability to pause, especially those who made a scene in the past year when asked to put on a mask, or who will make a scene when they're asked to show proof of vaccination in the near future. Emotional intelligence is about being aware of yourself and your emotions, as well as being able to control them. Someone might not want you to come to their private residence anymore. You might not be allowed into an event you want to go to. You could even be uninvited to a relative's wedding. And just as it's your right to not get the vaccine, it's their right to want to protect themselves and those around them by making sure people are vaccinated. If you're using your right to not get it, you should respect others' right to tell you no, without showing how underdeveloped your emotional intelligence truly is. If you are able to do so, please get vaccinated.